Xin chào các bạn, mình đang tự học tiếng Anh tại nhà. Từng bước một, không giáo viên, không lớp học, chỉ có quyển sổ tay, điện thoại, máy tính, một chiếc gương và chính mình. Nếu bạn cũng đang bắt đầu như vậy, hoặc đang lo lắng vì phải học một mình, thì video này là dành cho bạn. Mỗi video trên kênh là những câu tiếng Anh ngắn gọn, đơn giản, nói chậm, dễ nghe, để mình luyện nghe từng ngày. Mình học theo cách tự nhiên nhất. Nghe, lặp lại, không áp lực, giống như những đứa trẻ học nói. Mình tin rằng, nếu bạn kiên trì nghe và luyện đều theo các video, bạn sẽ dần có nền tảng và động lực thật sự để tiếp tục trên hành trình chinh phục tiếng Anh. Mỗi tuần, mình đăng khoảng 2 video 15-20 phút để bạn có thời gian luyện và thấm bài. Muốn nói được thì phải nghe nhiều thì nói được. Đó là sự thật. Có những người không biết chữ vẫn giao tiếp được, còn chúng ta có đầy đủ mọi thứ, thì tại sao lại không thể? Hãy cùng mình học mỗi ngày một chút, không cần giỏi ngay, chỉ cần không dừng lại, cùng nhau tiến bộ nhé. Nội dung video mình để ở phần mô tả, các bạn lấy về xem khi rảnh rỗi nhé. Chapter 3. Reading that changed my life. It is a rainy afternoon. I sit near the window with a hot cup of tea. I feel quiet. I feel calm. I remember my teacher once said, reading is the secret to fast learning. I think about that. I open my phone and search easy English stories for beginners. I want to try reading today. I find a short story. It is called A Day in the Park. The sentences are very simple. Tom wakes up. He eats breakfast. He goes to the park. I know almost all the words. I start reading slowly, out loud. I speak every word clearly. I feel happy. This is not difficult. I can do it. I finished the story in 5 minutes. I read it again. This time, I understand more. The third time, I read faster. My voice is smoother. My eyes move quicker. I smile. I feel good. I didn't just read words. I lived inside the story. I saw Tom. I saw the park. That day, I decided to read every day. Not long stories, not hard books, just easy English. 10 or 15 minutes is enough. The goal is not to finish a book. The goal is to enjoy the words and grow. Next day, I find a story about a girl and her cat. Then I read a story about 2 friends who go shopping. The sentences are easy. The vocabulary is simple, but the stories are full of life. I feel connected. I feel like I'm learning something real. I start to notice something amazing. I see words again and again. The word walk comes in many stories. He walks to school. She walks to the shop. They walk together. Every time I see the word, it becomes stronger in my mind. I don't need to write it down. I don't need to memorize it. I just see it many times, and my brain remembers. This is the power of reading. You learn words in context. You don't just learn one word. You learn the full sentence. You learn how native speakers use it. You learn what words go together. You don't need to ask, is this correct? You already feel it is correct. Sometimes I find a word I don't know. I stop. I open a dictionary. I read the meaning. Then I read the sentence again. Now I understand. I don't write the word. I don't make a list. I just move forward. If I see that word again tomorrow, I will understand it better. I also try to read out loud. I sit in front of a mirror and read the story. I look at my mouth. I listen to my voice. I don't care if I make mistakes. This is not a test. This is a practice. Reading also helps me with speaking. When I read more, I speak more easily. My sentences come out faster. My words are more natural. I don't pause much. I don't translate from my language. I think in English because I read in English. After 1 week, I feel more confident. I read 2 or 3 stories. I enjoy them like movies in my head. I start to guess meanings. I understand more without the dictionary. English feels less like a stranger. It feels like a friend. And now, reading is part of my day. In the morning, I read 1 short story. In the evening, I read a longer one. Sometimes I read the same story many times. It helps me remember better. It makes me fluent. If you want to practice English at home, start reading. Start with short stories. Choose something simple, something fun, something you enjoy. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about big words. Just read. Make reading a habit. Read every day, even for 10 minutes. Read with your heart. Read with your voice. Read with your mind. And one day, without even trying too hard, you will find that you can speak better, think faster, and understand more. Reading is not just about words. It is about the world. A new world that you can enter with English.
Chapter 4. Shadowing Without Fear. It is evening. I sit alone, listening to an English story on my phone. The voice is slow, clear, and beautiful. The speaker says, "My name is Emily. I live in New York." I pause the audio. I repeat the sentence. I try to say it the same way. My name is Emily. I live in New York. I listen again. I speak again. This is my first time doing shadowing. I learned this word from a video on YouTube. The speaker said, shadowing means repeating after a native speaker immediately after you hear the sentence, like a shadow that follows someone. You hear, you speak, you copy everything, words, sound, tone, rhythm. I feel nervous. I have never done this before. I'm afraid I will sound strange. I'm afraid I will say the words wrong, but I remind myself no one is watching. I am at home. I am safe here. I choose a short clip, just 1 minute long. The speaker talks about her day. I press play. She says, I wake up at 7 a.m. I pause. I repeat. I wake up at 7 a.m. I try to copy her voice. I try to sound the same. Then she says, I drink coffee in the kitchen. I pause. I repeat. I drink coffee in the kitchen. I say it again and again. Slowly, I feel better. My voice becomes smoother. I stop feeling afraid. I start enjoying it. Shadowing feels like music practice. It's not about speaking fast. It's about speaking right. It's about listening with care and repeating with focus. I make a small plan. Every day, I will do 10 minutes of shadowing. I will use short clips with subtitles. First, I listen. Then I read the subtitles. Then I pause after every sentence and repeat, step by step, line by line. At first, I make mistakes. Sometimes I say the word wrong. Sometimes I forget the sentence, but I don't stop. I go back. I try again. I speak louder, I speak clearly, I speak with heart. After a few days, I notice something. My pronunciation is better. My tongue moves faster. My voice sounds more natural. I can say full sentences without thinking too much. I feel more confident when I speak. Shadowing helps me a lot. It teaches me how real English sounds. Not the English in grammar books, but the English people really use. I learn how they link words. I learn how they use intonation. I learn where their voice goes up and where it goes down. And the best part, I don't need anyone else. I just need my phone, some headphones, and a quiet place. I do shadowing in the morning before breakfast. I do it in the evening after dinner. Sometimes I do it while walking alone. I whisper the words. No one hears me, but I practice. I also use shadowing before important events. If I have a school interview, I choose an English video about interviews. I repeat every line until I feel ready. It gives me courage. It prepares me. It works. You don't need to speak with someone to improve your speaking. You can shadow, you can copy, you can train your mouth, your ears, and your brain at the same time. Shadowing is not easy in the beginning, but it becomes fun. It becomes powerful. It becomes your daily exercise. If you want to speak like native speakers, you must listen like them and speak like them. Shadowing gives you this chance. It turns your quiet room into an English classroom. It turns your phone into a teacher. It turns your voice into a tool of learning, so don't be afraid. Choose a short video. Press play, pause after each sentence, repeat what you hear. Do this every day, just 10 minutes, and soon you will feel the difference. Your voice will be stronger. Your words will be clearer, and your English will be more alive. All because you shadowed without fear.